Hello! We are here to talk about the Mesozoic Era in the geological timescale.
Let's begin! Alongside with the Paleozoic and Cenozoic era, the Mesozoic era is part of the Phanerozoic Eon. It is also known as the Middle Life era that began roughly from 248 million to 65 million years ago, also around the time of the end Permian extinction. It is also called the Age of Reptiles and the Age of Dinosaurs. This era was divided into three periods: Triassic, Jurassic, and the Cretaceous. First up, Triassic period.
The Triassic began 248 to 208 million years ago. It followed the Great Mass Extinction at the end of the Permian period, which wiped out several life forms on Earth. Life slowly came back, creating a various diversity of life forms, from massive lizards to dangerous dinosaurs. At the beginning of this, there was a supercontinent called Pangaea. The climate was a little bit different than today. Climate was generally very dry, with very hot summers and cold winters. Later in the Triassic, ichthyosaurs evolved into purely marine forms with dolphin-shaped bodies and long-toothed snouts. They were dominant in the oceans. One genus, Shonisaurus, measured more than 50 feet long and probably weighed close to 30 tons. The mid to late Triassic period shows the first development of modern stony corals and a time of modest reef building activity in the shallower waters of the Tethys near the coast of Pangaea. To the dry climate, the interior of Pangaea was mostly desert. Mosses and ferns survived in the coastal regions. Spiders, scorpions, millipedes, and centipedes survived, as well as the newer groups of beetles. The only new insect group of the Triassic was the grasshoppers. The Triassic period ended with a mass extinction that killed off much of the marine life and several clades of dinosaurs. However, many species of dinosaurs lived to evolve in the Jurassic period.
Jurassic period, second of three periods of the Mesozoic era, extending from 208 million to 144 million years ago. It was a time of significant global change in continental configurations, oceanographic patterns, and biological systems. The breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea occurred in this era into Laurasia and Gondwanaland. It was splitting both north and south and east and west. The northern part of the Atlantic Ocean began to open during the Jurassic, and it separated Laurasia into eastern and western land masses. Antarctica gradually broke away from Gondwanaland and was over the South Pole by the early Cretaceous. Early Jurassic. Reptiles were the dominant form of animal life and experienced a great adaptive radiation. Jurassic period was called the period of reptiles. Middle and Late Jurassic. By the Middle and Late Jurassic, dinosaurs had taken over the world. That's why Mesozoic era was called the Age of Dinosaurs. Some examples of dinosaurs that were able to live in Jurassic period were sauropods, Carnotaurus, the meat-eating dinosaurs, and Tyrannosaurus rex. The end of Jurassic. There was a minor mass extinction toward the end of the Jurassic period. No one knows what caused this extinction.
The Cretaceous period was the last and longest segment of the Mesozoic era. It lasted from 146 million years ago to 65 million years ago. In the early Cretaceous, the continents were in very different positions than they are today. Pangaea completely drifted away. The most important development of the Cretaceous period was the growth of flowering plants. Trees began to produce flowers like the magnolia and the maple. With flowers came many insects, including butterflies, ants, termites, and bees. These insects made sure the pollen spread from flower to flower to produce the seeds that would keep the flowers reproducing. Most famous of all mass extinctions marks the end of the Cretaceous period. This was the extinction of dinosaurs. The event marks the end of the Mesozoic era and the
created using Powtoon.